Thanks for coming back to the channel. We're really happy to have you here with us today. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important and game-changing XRP updates ever. This is a very important time for the cryptocurrency world. The Ripple versus SEC lawsuit could lead to a win that sets a precedent for the whole industry. There are also a lot of new global partnerships that are changing the financial landscape, and a lot of whale activity on the XRP ledger that shows big players are very interested. This video has everything you need to know about why XRP might be about to break out in price in a way that has never happened before. There is a lot of promise here. You should stick around whether you've held XRP for a long time or are just hearing about it for the first time. We're not only going to look at bold price predictions like $100, $1,000, and even $10,000, but also the facts, legal insights, expert opinions, and financial planning. You need to be ready for what comes next. Stay tuned, because this is something you won't want to miss. First, let's talk about the big news. After years of legal battles with Ripple Labs, the SEC has withdrawn its most serious charges. This is a huge change in how digital assets might be handled in the future. The lawsuit said that Ripple sold XRP as an unregistered security, which would have big effects on the whole crypto market. Ripple is now in a much better position, both legally and in terms of investor competence, now that the SEC has pulled aside. As retail and institutional investors start to come back into the market in anticipation of what's to come, this move adds to XRP's fire. That's only one half of the narrative, though. Ripple's journey is far bigger and more complicated than it looks on the surface. Ripple has been busy making alliances throughout the world and getting permission from regulators in many nations. These steps are very important for building a strong and trustworthy financial network. Countries like Brazil, Mexico, Australia, Switzerland, and even big financial centers like Dubai are starting to use their on-demand liquidity system, which is based on XRP. A lot of people use this system, which shows that it works well and is reliable. Ripple got a license from the Dubai Financial Services Authority early this year. This isn't just a mark of approval, it's a go-ahead to completely join one of the best financial systems in the world. This step opens up new ways to expand and come up with fresh ideas. XRP is different from other crypto coins since it has this kind of global infrastructure. It runs like a well-oiled machine. The usefulness of XRP, the ability to do cross-border payments faster, and the kind of regulatory compliance that makes institutions trust and use it on a large scale. This is how the world will do business in the future. Let's talk about the whales now. In the past several days, more than 640 million XRP coins changed hands in a single day. That's not by chance. When whales, who are major holders with a lot of power in the market, transfer their assets, it's usually because they know something big is about to happen. Usually, these big transfers mean that people are accumulating, redistributing, or getting ready for a big announcement. Smart investors pay close attention to this kind of stuff since it often comes before big price changes. And with XRP being used as a bridge currency for global money transfers, huge volume like this is often a sign of real-world application, not just trading for fun. Of course, no XRP video would be complete without talking about the most outrageous price forecasts that are being made online. A lot of people, both investors and skeptics, find these projections interesting. Let's be honest. These numbers sound crazy to me. $100, $1,000, or even $10,000. These numbers can look like money, or they can look like something that doesn't exist. Kelly Kellum, the director of BitLab Academy, is one of the critics who says these numbers don't make sense and can't be true. They say that the way the market works doesn't sustain such high prices. He is right to say that a 10,000 XRP would need a market valuation more than the world's GDP, which is about $577 trillion. This is a huge quantity that appears impossible to reach. But supporters say that tokens are a good thing. They think that its special qualities make it stand out. It has uses far beyond speculative trading because it is already part of the real financial system, is used in international finance, has the potential to change the way money moves across borders and can solve problems worth trillions of dollars, such global remittances. This usefulness could make it more valuable in ways we don't yet understand. The direction and momentum are more significant than the exact price prediction. Armando Pantoja and other experienced crypto investors say that investors should stop getting caught up in the hoopla and start thinking about their plan. The returns would be life-changing if XRP hit even $100. But if you don't have a plan for your money, sudden fortune can quickly turn into regret. Pantoja says that investors should figure up their freedom number, which is the amount of passive income they need each year to survive without working. You should then structure your finances around assets that make money, like dividend stocks, staking rewards, or real estate, to safeguard your principal and generate wealth that will last. It's not enough to get rich, you have to stay rich. But what does the future really hold? Some experts think that the price could slowly climb to $10 or $100 in the next 10 years, especially if more businesses start using it and laws finally catch up with new ideas. Some people are more optimistic and say that XRP is undervalued right now because of the clear legal situation and the tremendous growth of Ripple. XRP is creating the groundwork for long-term supremacy, especially with its push into central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, relationships with firms like Santander, and strategic maneuvers in locations like the UAE. Ashley Prosper, a legal expert, had one of the more interesting ideas about the Ripple versus SEC case. She said that Ripple might still be able to offer the court secret material, including papers that prove XRP is important to US national security or financial policy. Judges would have to rethink their earlier decisions if this kind of evidence were allowed. This is especially true under theories like Chevron deference, which gives federal agencies' interpretations of unclear statutes more weight. This might set a precedent that not only benefits Ripple, but also makes XRP an important financial tool around the world. Meanwhile, back in the village, emotion is surging. There are a lot of confident XRP holders on social media who say this is the start of a financial revolution. Influencers like Steph, Amanx, and the XRP Avengers are very vocal about XRP's ascent. And even while not every forecast will come true, the important thing is that the community is involved, educated, and ready to take advantage of whatever happens next. What does all of this mean for you as an investor? You might not be able to buy XRP for much longer because prices are going to go up when big companies start using it. But, as always, it's up to you to do your own research, figure out how much risk you're willing to take, and set your financial goals. XRP is no longer just a risky play. Legal clarity is getting better. Whale activity is rising. Collaborations are growing, and market momentum is strengthening. It's becoming a big deal in world finance. The only thing left to ask is, are you ready? That's all for today's video. If you liked this deep dive, please give it a thumbs up.